Hey, Wonder Crew, it's Sarah here, and today we will be talking about etiquette in Japan and China and why it's important and how to not be a jerk or rude as a traveler going to Japan or China.
Etiquette while traveling with family shows that you're respectful, you can be trusted, so like you could potentially be left home alone, I don't know, just an example. But like that you have a respect for other cultures and you're not being a jerk to them, like showing that, oh, this guy, like he doesn't respect us, like why is he even here? Respect is important in Japan because it's a big part of their culture there. So like when you're receiving like a gift, you receive it with two hands instead of one, or like same thing with like a business card. You can also be respectful in Japan by like bowing to show respect to people. So let's go through some of the important etiquette rules in Japan.
So, in Japan, bowing is like really important to show respect, and the different degrees of how far you bow shows the different types of respect. For men and women, there are different ways to bow. So for women, you have your hands either on your thighs or one over the other and you bow. And you don't make eye contact with the person. You always look down while you're bowing. And the farther down you bow, the more respect you have for the person that you're bowing to. So a regular bow would be about like this, and then once you get to about 90 degree angle, then it's like you have either done something wrong and you're like apologizing for it, or you respect that person greatly.
So a friend gives you a gift. How do you bow?
About this much.
Okay. Your teacher walks into class.
Around.
You came home late from your curfew and your father is waiting at the door.
Like this much. Like around 9. So for the guys, they have their hands at their sides, straight as usual, and the amount you bow is basically the same, but their hands are just by their sides, and that's basically it for the difference between men and women. So bow like you would bow like at your friend. Then like at your teacher when he walks in. And then if your father's waiting for you and you're past your curfew. And that is how you bow, and the difference between men and women, and how to properly bow in Japan/China to be respectful.
Hey Wonder Group, this is Isaac, now that I've appeared. In Japanese culture, people don't usually casually share things unless they're like close friends, family. Even still, sharing and giving/receiving things is a huge respect thing out there, so you never just casually take something with one hand. It is always a two-hand give and receive. Like both of you hold it for a second before either one lets go. I will demonstrate with my little brother. So if I were to hand my little brother this said rubber chicken, of which we are not going to squeeze.
Up your phone to help.
Normally you wouldn't be sitting, so if traditionally you were standing, it would look something more like this.
Arigato.
Go.
Hey Wonder Crew, it's me Jacob again. I'm gonna talk about shoe etiquette inside houses, temples, shrines, etc. So when you enter someone's house or estate, you take off your shoes at the door, like the front door. outside the house or say. And so say if you're walking into someone's house and they offer you slippers, you take off your shoes obviously outside and you put on the slippers before walking in. Did you guys know that if you're going to the bathroom, you have to take off your slippers and put on bathroom slippers? Weird, I know, but it's respectful, and it's respectful in Japan, and they like to keep everything clean, very clean. So for everyone in the US, Canada, any other country who don't take off their shoes, take them off. Okay? You have to take them off. It's very respectful. And if you don't, they will get mad at you and probably kick you out.
That's not true.
Okay,
But-
they could kick you out.
Oh.
Yeah, also, don't wear socks with holes. Just don't. Your feet will probably get sweaty in your shoes from walking around, and it'll stink if you take off your shoes. And also, it just looks bad and will harm your image in Japan. Some places you have to take your shoes off. Obviously, homes, shrines, temples. There are some restaurants that do make you take your shoes off in them. Changing rooms, obviously. Probably if you dojos, schools, if you're going in, you probably want to change pair of shoes because, you know, as I said earlier, it's respectful and cleanliness is a thing in Japan. So if you're going out, just assume you're taking off your shoes.
Okay. Anyway, Japan, from what I've heard, is not a very loud place, especially when it comes to its public places. So when you're on your trains, buses, when you're in public places and such like that, it's not the time to be carrying out your loudest conversation. It's not your time to be pulling out your phone and playing your music or having a conversation on speakerphone. Why do people do that? Am I right? Like, does it not bug you when people like have their phone and they're like, instead of putting it up to their ear and talking to it like a phone, they're like here and they have it on speakerphone so you can hear both sides of the whole conversation? Does that not bug you? Anyway, Japan is a land where if you have headphones, earbuds, or whatever, you'll want to bring them, you want to have them, you want to keep them charged, because it is definitely not a place where it is acceptable to be playing your loud music so that anybody can hear it or anything like that. And also, if you're having a conversation with somebody, keep it respectful and quiet. You will notice when you go onto buses and trains especially, people aren't talking and carrying on conversations. Most of them are sitting there in silence or asleep or whatever not until their spots. So definitely when you're in Japan, it is not time to be your most loud, obnoxious self. It is time to be your quiet, contemplated self. Next tip. Who's next?
As important as it is to be quiet and respectful and etc., it is also very important to be patient and wait your turn when you're at places. It doesn't matter if you're at a restaurant, a hotel, a bar, a play place, and literally anywhere. If there's a line, you get in it and you wait your turn. There's no cutting, no going ahead of anybody, no offering people things for getting in front, no back budging, no place holding in line. Say for example, you're sitting there with your friend and they leave and come back. I mean, if it's like a bathroom, you guys are going together, you know what, maybe I can see it, but like, if like you're sitting there and you know somebody that comes along, don't be like, oh yeah, you can get in behind me. Just get in, wait your own turn. Everybody's there for the same thing and they want to do it as much as you do, right? That's why they're there. Wait your turn, be patient.
Another important thing is in Japan, they don't do littering, garbage. They don't do that. They're very clean, and like if you go to Japan, you'll see like no litter and nothing. very clean place. And so if you have garbage or anything, unless you're like near a garbage can, which they don't have many garbage cans there, you're gonna want to carry your garbage on you. So I highly suggest, like me currently, carry a bag around with you to carry your garbage in, so you're not just like having it in your pocket, because like certain things you don't want to just like have in your pocket, because then it could make your clothes dirty or just be gross in general. So carry your garbage bag around with you to put your food in or your garbage in, because they don't do littering, not many garbage cans, and they're just a very clean place, and it just like it would ruin like everything, and just like the vibe and all that if like you were just to like litter all your stuff, because that's just also really rude, because like they work really hard to keep that place clean, and well, if you're littering, that's just being rude, disrespectful, and then people will not like you and think, oh, this person's really rude, disrespectful, doesn't respect the land. So yeah, just carry around a bag with you for your garbage, and then throw it out when you find a garbage can. Or at the place that you were staying, house, hotel, wherever you're at staying. So yeah. Oh yeah, and then if like, so like let's say you're in Japan and then you want to go to one of the convenience stores, because well, who wouldn't want to go to one of the convenience stores in Japan? They'll probably put your stuff in a plastic bag, and you could just use that to carry your garbage in. And so you don't have to like go get a bag or anything, you can just use the plastic bag.
Problem solved. The problem is solved. We solved the problem and everything is awesome. Problem solved. Okay, you know those people who have their music on so loud in their headphones that you can hear it from outside of the headphones? Don't be one of those people. Trains, like I mentioned before, in Japan are quiet places. They are refuges of calm and quiet. Many people on the train have been either up late and are just getting home, or trying to rest before their day at work or school. It is not the time and place to be bothering them with your loud music and your loud conversations. That is all I have to say. Keep the volume down. Next. Oh, hey.
Oh,
I'm
hi.
Mike.
I'm Sarah.
And we're going to talk about chopstick etiquette.
Well, you're not going to use a fork in Japan. That's
Well-
just like wrong.
So, let's be clear. If you need one, you will probably be able to get one. But if you want to really kind of have the authentic experience, you definitely want to use your chopsticks. So etiquette rule number 1, usually you would have chopstick holders. You don't want the part of your chopsticks, especially that's going to be going into the food, going on the table, going on anywhere else. That is thing number 1.
That's just kind of gross, and like I said before, unclean. Uncleanliness is not what they do there. They do a lot of cleanliness.
So number 2 is you don't usually talk and all that kind of stuff with the chopstick in your hand. So we are currently breaking 90% of the rules.
Well, to be fair, we also don't have chopstick holders.
That is true, which is why I'm gonna hold them. So, a couple of things. I don't know if you know how to hold chopsticks. The way I tend to do it is I will put the bottom chopstick right in the crux of my thumb and my index finger and hold it here with my ring finger. And then I use my 2 upper fingers to do the choppy, which is the highly technical term, I know. That's just the way I do it. right? But honestly, however you can get 2 sticks to go together to eat your food, that's gonna be...
But like as close as this as you can, because then it's like you're holding it like this. That's just like
weird.
You can't. This is just also really disrespectful. So like.
So now you're in Japan. You've gotten your nice ramen noodle bowl. You've heated it up in the microwave for 3 minutes.
Depending on what type of ramen you have.
And you have your nice meal. Couple of things. Thing number 1, you have your chopstick holders, and that means please do not put your chopsticks in your food and leave it. Not only is it rude, it's actually a taboo. This is something that people do at like funerals and stuff like that. Don't do it.
And even if you see it like on like the wrapper or anything like with the chopsticks in, that's just like commercial, not something you actually do.
So let's say you've got your meal and there's just some yummy meat in there that you want to share with your friend. You do not pass food from chopsticks to chopsticks, and don't do that. Okay? If somebody has a plate, you take the food, put it on their plate, allow them to take it. And again, this is one of those things that I understand is this is one of those things I hear is a funeral tradition, so it's gonna be taboo. Just don't do it. And again, when you have your own, take it, eat it. Do not pass it from place to place, from person to person, stuff like that.
Also, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're like taking food from like a dish that you're like sharing from, you take it with the backside.
Or better yet, so if you're sharing something, you're doing a communal meal like sushi or something like that, there's usually going to be a pair of chopsticks that is for the food. Just like we have a serving spoon and fork and such like that, they will often have a serving pair of chopsticks. Use those. Don't go with your chopstick that you've been sticking all over your mouth, put it in the communal food, then go back to eating. That would be gross here.
Yeah.
It is just as bad there.
And also, like let's say you're having sushi. If you want to like dip it in soy sauce, then you're gonna dip it upside down. And don't like eat it in 2 bites, only 1 bite, because like then like that's just like wrong. Like.
And also your sushi will fall apart, so that would be
Yeah.
weird. By the way, when you're in a restaurant in Japan, service and craftsmanship is very important. When somebody has a menu item, that menu item is that menu item. It is not something that is common to ask for substitutions or changes. If the thing as it's written on the menu is not what you want or what you like, just go on to something else that you will like. It wouldn't be very culturally sensitive. It wouldn't be very nice to ask for changes, substitutions, additions, because the way the chef and the staff see it is they have curated and made that dish to be presented and made exactly as it is, and that's how they want to present it to you. So one thing that is allowed when you are eating food and is actually seen as a sign of respect is slurping your food. So when you take your noodles and you want to get them up there, and you want to slurp them up, absolutely. In fact, the more you slurp, the more it's seen as kind of like a sign of respect to the chef that his food was so good that you had to slurp it up.
And also, correct me if I'm wrong again, but you don't just keep your bowl on the table if you're like doing that. You're gonna like want to like pick it up and like.
And the reason for that is so that you're not doing what we are doing, which is making a big, huge mess on your nice, clean table.
It's not bad, actually.
No, it's not that bad, but this is why you want to either get your head close to your bowl or get your bowl close to your head, because noodles on sticks is not easy.
I'm actually not gonna take a bite of that because it's too hot, and I don't want to like then spit it back out. Because that's also like that's just also disrespectful. Because like if you're spitting something out that like the chef took time out of their busy day to make you and make it like good, presentable, all that, and like you're just like you're eating it and then you just start like spitting it out or something. That's just like really disrespectful.
Anyway, those are some of the eating and dining etiquettes, especially when it comes to chopsticks, that we know of before we go to Japan. I'm sure we're going to learn lots more when we get there.
Yeah.
On to the next tip.
Hey Wonder Crew, it's me Jacob. I'm here to talk about another tip for Japan etiquette. So obviously, well not really obviously, no eating while walking. It's considered rude and disrespectful. And people will probably judge you when you do it. They'll be like, what the heck, why are you eating while walking? No one else is doing it, so why are you? So don't do it. That's all for this one. On to the next tip.
Watch us all be like wrong and like half of the tips that we gave you like be kind of wrong and then like we failed and then like yeah. Alright, that's all for our tips and tricks for Japan etiquette. Hope you enjoyed. If you like what you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification button. And until next time, keep exploring. And watch us go on some type of side quest that like does that like that. Holy mackerel! I can't talk. You know, like when you
ever had a dream?
when you
Pass a chicken.
This is why.
All right, I get to talk about quiet. All right, I get to talk about quiet. You know, I have an audience here for the first time, and you'd think that they'd laugh at everything that I said, but apparently I'm not funny.
No.
Hey, Wonder Crew, it's Sarah here, and no, it's not him, it's the dog. It's his face.
but who is doing the dog petting?
Hey, hey, wait, yo. Hey, Wonder Crew, it's Sarah here, and then I'm so good at this, guys. Holy, okay. For when I start filming, just clap.
Because I made everybody do it when we were trying to synchronize microphones. Go.
So,
That was really delayed.
you say
Hold on, we gotta run that back then.
Also, you sound like a robot.